This hiker took on one of the most terrifying trails imaginable, a narrow mountain ridge with nothing but sheer drops on either side. The top was so thin that a single misstep could mean certain disaster. The jagged, rocky path demanded every ounce of focus, making each step feel like a test of nerve and skill. Yet, instead of turning back, he pressed forward, drawn by the adrenaline and the breathtaking, terrifying views stretching endlessly below. Every gust of wind, every shift of loose rock made his heart pound harder. It was beautiful and deadly. Would anyone dare hike a trail where one slip could be fatal? Could you face the ridge knowing the mountain waits for the smallest mistake? During a routine hike, this man never expected his peaceful walk to turn into a heart-stopping moment. Out of nowhere, a massive alligator, far bigger than anything he'd ever seen, crawled right across his trail. It was huge, powerful, and close enough that he could hear its claws scraping the ground. He froze, barely even breathing, choosing to record the moment rather than risk a single wrong move. Thankfully, the giant creature went into the lake beside the trail and disappeared beneath the water, but the question still lingers. What if it hadn't? What if that beast had decided to charge instead of walk away? Out in the wild, one unexpected encounter can change everything in a split second. This person's mother was out hiking when she stumbled upon something she had never seen before. A group of huge, shaggy animals wandering casually across the trail. Confused and amazed, she pulled out her phone to record them, knowing she might never get a moment like this again. When she shared the video online, people quickly identified the mystery creatures, Scottish Highland cattle. Known for their long horns and thick, fluffy coats, these gentle giants are one of the oldest cattle breeds in the world, originally from the rugged Highlands of Scotland. Imagine turning a corner on your peaceful hike and seeing that staring back at you. Would you walk closer for a better look or slowly back away? While camping alone in the woods, this camper experienced a moment straight out of a nightmare. In the middle of the night, while lying quietly inside his tent, strange movement began circling around him. Footsteps. Slow, deliberate, shuffling through the leaves.
All the time, as well as... Okay, that was weird. What are the odds something just walks next to us?
Okay, got it.
Something was outside, close enough that he could almost feel it leaning in, stalking the thin fabric between them. He didn't dare move, didn't dare breathe too loudly. He just stayed frozen, hoping whatever lurked outside would lose interest and drift back into the darkness. Minutes felt like hours until the sounds finally faded away. Was it an animal? A person? Something else entirely? Out here in the woods? Sometimes silence is the only thing keeping you safe. Before we go any further, I'd like to ask you for a quick favour. If you're enjoying the video so far, please give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. We're getting closer to 20,000 subscribers, and once we hit that milestone, a few lucky subscribers will receive a special surprise. Now let's go back to the video. While hiking along a quiet forest trail, she suddenly froze. Hanging from the branch of a tree was something unnerving, a strange figure made of sticks and husks wrapped with a red cloth. It swung gently in the breeze, almost as if it had been placed there on purpose. Watching. She didn't dare touch it. She simply recorded it and moved on, heart racing. When she posted the video online, people claimed it looked like a handmade corn husk doll, the kind some believe is used for warding off spirits, or inviting them. But who put it there? And why in the middle of the woods? If you stumbled upon something like this, would you investigate or leave immediately? While hiking deep into the woods on a camping trip, this camper suddenly heard gunshots echoing through the trees. Nothing was visible, no hunters, no movement, just the sharp cracks of gunfire rolling across the forest. He froze, listening, unsure whether to turn back or keep going.
There it goes again. It's gonna be 4. And so it's like a really weird place to shoot. I think the trail goes that way. Maybe it's just me being paranoid, but I have like a weird feeling. Why the fuck are you shooting right off trail? Only 4 shots. Maybe he only has a 4-shot gun. You can hear him moving. It's not. I'm just like sketched out, like a little weirded out.
Eventually the woods went quiet again, so he continued toward his campsite, hoping the rest of his trip would stay peaceful. But the night had one more surprise waiting. Out of nowhere, a goat wandered into his camp and refused to leave.
I've been here for like 6 hours, and this is now the second time I've had this guy here. Hey goat. Hey goat. How you doing, bud? What you doing here, man? What's going on? Why do you keep coming back? Bro, I'm trying to scare you out of here. I have a fire and everything. I'm sorry, man.
Even after he scared it off, it kept coming back, staring at him like it owned the place. After the gunshots and the uninvited visitor, would you stay another night in a forest like that? While this hiker was miles deep into the forest, far from any trailheads or other people, he stumbled upon something truly unsettling. Hanging from a tree was a small wooden cabin, but not an ordinary one. Inside it were 2 eerie dolls staring outward, positioned as if they were watching the woods. The moment he saw them, the air felt heavier. Every rustle, every snap of a twig made him look over his shoulder. It felt like the forest suddenly had eyes. Who put those dolls there? And what were they meant to monitor? A warning? A ritual? A prank gone too far? From that point on, his peaceful hike turned into a nerve-wracking journey back to safety. Something wild happened while this group was out on a river, just cruising and enjoying the ride, until suddenly, a massive hippo burst out of the water and started charging straight at their boat. It wasn't just following, it was chasing them hard, like it wanted to flip the entire boat over. For a moment, panic took over. The only thing between them and disaster was the speed of their small boat, and thankfully it was just fast enough for the hippo's huge body to fall behind. Eventually the angry giant disappeared back into the water and they escaped unharmed. But imagine if it had caught up. What would happen if a creature that powerful got close enough to make contact? While this person was hiking deep inside the forest, he spotted something that made him stop in his tracks. At first, it looked like just another old tree, until he moved closer. The shape in the bark formed what looked exactly like a skull, hollow eyes, a nose cavity, and even the outline of teeth. It felt almost like the face of something or someone was trapped inside the wood, silently watching him. He quickly took a picture and shared it online, and instantly people had questions. Was it natural? A strange growth pattern? A tree disease? Or could it be something more mysterious hidden in the forest's history? What would you do if you saw a tree staring back at you? This hiker set out for a peaceful day on the trail, but it quickly turned into a fight for survival. As he moved deeper into the woods, he reached a section of the trail swallowed by thick, slick mud. One step in, and the ground beneath him turned to a slippery trap. His boots slid, his balance vanished, and every movement felt like a battle to stay upright. With nothing solid to hold on to, he had to dig deep, steady his breath, and fight his way forward inch by inch. What should have been a simple hike suddenly became a test of strength and composure. Would you keep pushing through, or turn back when the trail itself becomes your biggest enemy? A Reddit user shared a photo that has everyone talking. The story goes like this. A couple visited a state park in West Virginia during the off-season. The park ranger mentioned they were the only visitors that entire week. No one else had been there for a long time. At the top of the mountain, they snapped a picture beside a stone pillar. But here's the strange part. Behind that pillar, there should have been nothing, just a steep drop straight into the woods below. Yet in the photo, there's something that looks exactly like a hand gripping the side of the pillar. So what is it? A shadow? A trick of the light? Or did something else make it up the mountain with them? While a group of friends were hiking deep in the wild, their adventure took a terrifying turn. Out of nowhere, a massive grizzly bear appeared on their trail, close enough that they could hear its breathing. No one dared move, no shouting, no running. They all knew one wrong reaction could be seen as a threat, and with a bear that size, there's no predicting what might happen next.
What?
So they stood frozen, watching the creature circle and stare as if deciding what to do with them. Minutes stretched into nearly an hour, the tension growing heavier with every step the bear took. Eventually the giant wandered off, leaving them shaken. But imagine being stuck like that. Would you stay calm or panic? This chilling set of photos was posted by a Reddit user, and what they captured will send shivers down your spine. While walking with his dad through death row at the old Missouri State Penitentiary, he decided to snap a few pictures. Everything seemed normal until they looked closer. In one of the photos, standing right behind his dad, was the faint shadow of a woman's figure, someone who clearly wasn't there. His dad later said that, near the end of the walk, his legs suddenly gave out, almost like something had drained his strength. If you zoom in on the third photo, you can see her, a dark, ghostly shape lurking in the hallway. So what do you think? Was it just a trick of the light, or something still haunting those prison walls? Would you dare to visit death row alone at night? From whispers to screams, this is the moment you'll never forget. This terrifying video was posted by Dopdokua on YouTube, and it captures every camper's worst nightmare. A man was out in the wilderness, tucked safely inside his tent, enjoying a quiet camping experience under the stars, until he heard something moving just outside. Curious but cautious, he slowly unzipped his tent, only to come face to face with a massive bear. quickly zipped it shut, heart pounding, as the bear began circling the tent, sniffing and pushing against the fabric, trying to get inside. In a moment of pure panic, he started shouting, and luckily that was enough to scare the bear away. But just imagine that, alone, trapped inside a tent with a wild bear inches away. What would you do in his situation? Stay quiet and hope it leaves, or make noise and risk provoking it? And would you ever dare camp again after an encounter like that? Think you've seen it all? This next moment will change your mind. This eerie video was posted by Bigfoot's testimony on YouTube, and it's giving serious chills. A woman was driving alone along a quiet forest trail at night. That's when she suddenly heard a bone-chilling scream echoing from deep within the woods.
What the fuck? Oh my god, no, fuck that.
The sound was loud, haunting, and unlike anything she had ever heard before. She stopped the car, scanning the dark tree line, but there was nothing there, just that eerie, echoing scream that sent shivers down her spine. You can almost feel her fear through the voice, alone, in the middle of nowhere, with something unseen calling out from the dark. What do you think made that sound? A wild animal? Or something far more mysterious? And be honest, if you were in her place, would you stay and try to find the source, or turn around and get out of there fast? The fear doesn't stop here, it only grows. This heart-stopping video was posted by Aidan Sargent on YouTube, and it captures one of the most terrifying moments you'll ever see during a base jump. Two thrill-seekers set out to leap from the Twin Falls, Perrine Bridge, expecting an unforgettable adrenaline rush. But for one of them, it nearly turned tragic. As they jumped, one man's parachute failed to open properly, sending him plummeting straight toward the river below. You can feel the panic as he spins out of control until by sheer luck he hits the water instead of the rocks. Miraculously, he survived with no serious injuries. Just imagine. What if there hadn't been water below? Would you still dare to jump from such heights, knowing one wrong move could mean disaster? Adrenaline or not, is that kind of thrill really worth the risk? Fear lingers in the silence, waiting for its moment. A TikTok user posted this chilling video, and it's something straight out of a nightmare. A lone hiker decided to explore the forest at night, surrounded by nothing but darkness and the eerie whispers of the trees. While walking, she stumbled upon a black hole in the ground, which looked like an old forgotten well. Out of curiosity, she leaned closer to see what was inside. That's when everything changed.
¿Escucharon? ¿Escucharon eso? ¿Qué? Se oye allá abajo. ¿Hola?
From the darkness below, a shadowy figure with glowing eyes suddenly appeared. When she called out hello, the creature responded with a distorted, inhuman sound that sent chills down her spine. She screamed and ran for her life, leaving the camera rolling behind her. What was that thing hiding in the well? Was it trapped or waiting? If you were in her place, would you have dared to look inside or turn back the moment you saw it? The deeper we go, the more terrifying it becomes. This jaw-dropping video was posted by a Reddit user, and it might just be one of the most nerve-wracking things you'll see today. Two hikers were crossing the iconic Hillary Suspension Bridge, one of the world's highest suspension bridges, on their journey from Thakding to Namche Bazaar, en route to Everest Base Camp. The bridge swayed high above a deep valley, with strong winds and only narrow cables keeping it from disaster. Every step echoed with fear and adrenaline. One wrong move, and it's a straight fall to certain death. You can almost feel their hearts racing as they inch their way across, surrounded by nothing but the roaring wind and the dizzying drop below. Would you dare to cross a bridge that high above the ground? Or would you turn back the moment you look down? What you're about to witness might haunt you long after this ends. This wild video was posted by a trailblazing teen on YouTube, and what started as a peaceful day in the woods quickly turned into a heart-pounding encounter. While hiking and enjoying nature, these friends suddenly spotted a huge bear walking straight toward them, and worse, it was eyeing their food cooler.
Wildlife is a huge part of being out in nature, and one of my craziest encounters happened while I was camping. As we were winding down for the evening, a black bear wandered into camp, eyeing our food cooler. It was bold, trying to grab it right in front of us. We had to shout and throw firewood to scare it off. It was a heart-pounding moment and a powerful reminder of how important it is to store your food safely in bear country.
Panic set in for a moment, but instead of running, they stood their ground, shouting and waving to scare it off. Amazingly, it worked. The bear turned away, disappearing back into the trees. That kind of bravery in the wild isn't easy. One wrong move and it could have gone very differently. If you were in their place, would you stand your ground and make noise or run for your life? And what's the scariest animal you've ever come face to face with in the wild? The line between reality and nightmare blurs right here. This chilling video was posted by a TikTok user who went camping deep in the woods with his dog, expecting a peaceful night surrounded by nature. But what was meant to be a relaxing experience quickly turned into a terrifying one. As night fell, strange, unexplainable sounds started echoing through the forest. His dog began growling and barking, staring into the darkness as if something or someone was out there. Yet, when he looked around, there was nothing to be seen.
Without a doubt, the creepiest campsite we've been to. After arriving late to the campsite, there was nobody else there. It was very quiet, but for some reason, I just had the hairs standing up on the back of my neck, and the dog was constantly growling at different things, and heaps of animals in the surrounding nature. Not usually a scary thing, but just for some reason, this particular camp spot at this time of night just really put the wind up me.
Good girl.
The eeriest part, they were completely alone at the campsite, miles away from civilization. Every rustle and echo made his heart pound faster, and the forest suddenly felt alive with unseen eyes. So, what do you think it was? Something natural, or something else entirely? And if you were in his shoes, would you stay to investigate or get out of there before things got worse? The line between reality and nightmare blurs right here. This eerie video was shared by a TikTok user who captured one of the most terrifying moments of her life.
I think I found the perfect camping spot.
Can you help me?
What the fuck? Hello?
No.
Oh, hell no.
Can you help me?
She went camping deep in the wilderness, far from civilization. As she wanted to begin setting up her camp, she casually called out, "Hello," just to make sure she was alone. But what happened next sent chills down her spine, a voice answered back. Startled and confused, she looked around, but there was no one there. No campers, no hikers, no sound of footsteps. Just her and the echo of that haunting reply. With her heart racing, she grabbed her gear and ran from the spot, not daring to look back. What do you think that was? An echo? A prank? Or something far more mysterious hiding in the woods? And if it were you, would you stay to find out or run just like she did? This chilling video was shared by Rocky Mountain Sasquatch on YouTube, and it'll make you question what's really out there in the woods. While exploring deep in the forest, he captured something truly strange. A tall, dark, human-like figure moving quickly between the trees. Its movements were sharp, deliberate, almost intelligent. And here's where it gets even creepier. Nearby was a wooden structure, the kind often rumoured to be built by Bigfoot itself.
And then on this expedition, Duke and Kelly documented another Bigfoot-shaped track near the same location. Not saying we captured Bigfoot at the structure, I don't know what it is, but it's interesting to point out. When I put out our expedition video with this structure in it, I saw what appeared to be a humanoid-like figure in the woods peek at us quickly twice from cover of the aspen trees. Not saying it's Bigfoot watching us inspect this log structure. However, Duke found a 16-inch long Bigfoot-shaped track next to the structure that he believes is pretty fresh. And after finding the same humanoid subject in a still photo of the structure in the same general area as the peeker on video, thought I would point it out for you all. When I zoom in on the photo, the creature or whatever it is has a lighter shade of color in the face area.
That looks like possibly the hip section or shoulder blades. I'm not an expert on bones. Don't know if it's a deer or elk, but something must have had a mill right here. Yeah, you check it out, Jen.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Viewers have been debating non-stop. Some are convinced it's real proof of Bigfoot, others think it's just a person in disguise. But the mystery remains unsolved. So what do you think? Was that really Bigfoot caught on camera, or just something our minds can't quite explain? And if you were there in that forest, would you follow the figure to find out, or run before it notices you? Chilling video was shared by a Reddit user, and it captures one of the most intense encounters you can have while hiking alone in the forest. Everything was peaceful, the sound of birds, the rustling of leaves, until he noticed something massive moving forward in the forest trail. A gigantic moose with enormous antlers began walking straight toward him. You could feel his fear through the camera. He quickly ducked behind a tree, barely breathing, hoping it wouldn't notice him. Because when an animal that size decides to charge, there's nowhere to run. Imagine being deep in the forest, no one around, and this huge creature starts approaching you. Would you stand still and face it, or hide and hope it walks away? Sometimes nature's beauty can also be its most terrifying side. What would you do in his place? This chilling video was shared by a TikTok user who went hiking deep in the forest, just to enjoy the calmness of nature. Everything seemed peaceful, until it wasn't. Out of nowhere, a strange, thunderous growl echoed through the trees, loud, deep, and unsettling.
I think it's time to go.
He looked around, but there was nothing in sight. No movement, no sign of life. Just that terrifying sound getting closer and closer. It felt like an unseen predator was watching, waiting. Realizing something wasn't right, he decided to leave before things turned dangerous. But what could have made that sound? A hungry wild animal? Or something far more mysterious hiding in the shadows of the forest? If you were in his place, alone and surrounded by that sound, would you stay and investigate, or run for your life? Sometimes the forest is quiet until it wants to be heard. This fascinating and slightly eerie video was posted by a YouTube channel outer range, who hiked through a mountainous area full of ancient ruins. As he explored deeper, he stumbled upon something truly unbelievable, a 2-story building built right into the mountainside.
That's what I seen when I was glassing, but on the backside, look here, whole nother structure. Looks fairly, wow, look at that. Oh my goodness. See, it's built in, can't wait to get up there and see this.
The structure looked ancient, made entirely of clay and stone, standing silently against time. It was clear that people once lived here, but why would anyone choose to build their home inside a mountain in such an isolated place? Was it for protection, a hidden community, or something far more mysterious?
There's like a pocket right over here. Very cavernous area here, but it only goes back maybe 2.5 feet. I don't want to walk in or try to get in because the way this door was built, or it looks a little, let's see if I can brighten this up. I'll just reach in here. It even has an old piece of timber in here that was used for something. Oh wow, this is so, goodness, look at this. Let's see if I can, hopefully you can see the walls they're just black, completely black. So this one little, if I could give you a dimension, it's like 5 feet by 5 feet. But look up here, look up above.
You can almost feel the whispers of history in the cold mountain air. If you were the explorer, would you dare to stay overnight in that old mountain house, surrounded by nothing but silence and shadows? Or would you turn back before discovering what still lingers there? Some places were never meant to be found. Think you've seen it all? This next moment will change your mind. This terrifying video was shared by a TikTok user who went hiking alone through a quiet forest trail. Or so she thought. The walk started peacefully, just the sound of leaves and birds, until she suddenly heard something strange. A loud growling, soft at first, whispering from the bushes. She stopped, looked around, but nothing was there. Then it came again, louder this time, closer. Her heart started racing. What could be inside the bush trying to get her attention when she was completely alone? Fear took over, and she did the only thing that made sense. She ran. But the eerie voice kept echoing behind her as she escaped down the trail. What would you do in that moment? Would you turn back to find out what was making the sounds? Or would you run before it's too late? Sometimes the forest speaks, but not every voice wants to be found. This video was shared by YouTuber Dave Explores, who ventured deep into a remote mountain range, but what he discovered left him speechless. Carved and painted across the Rocky Mountain wall were ancient red drawings, strange human-like figures, and symbols that looked far too deliberate to be random.
It's just insane to think about how old these are and they're still here. It is amazing. Like, I wonder what they were thinking about when they made these, you know? Obviously that one is of a person, but then what's this huge thing that looks almost like a fish in a way? And then a really tall person, look at that, it looks almost like a monster. Huge legs, just going way up. That's crazy to look at, isn't it? Over 200 years old, at least. Got the lizard person, and then whatever that was supposed to be. Looks like a face, doesn't it? That's what that one looks like.
The markings seem to have been there for centuries, weathered by time yet still eerily vivid, as if someone wanted their message to never fade. But what were they trying to say? Were these warnings, ritual signs, or perhaps a message from an ancient civilization that once lived here? If you stumbled across something like this, alone, in the middle of nowhere, would you keep exploring to uncover its meaning, or turn back before discovering something you weren't meant to see? Some markings tell stories, others warn you to leave, This intense video was posted by YouTuber Black Crag, who decided to take his adventure to the next level quite literally. He hiked high into the mountain valley, a place so steep and dangerous that most people wouldn't even dare to go near it. One wrong step and you'd tumble straight down the rocky slope below. Yet, he pushed forward, driven by the thrill of exploration and the breathtaking view waiting at the top. The wind roared wildly, echoing through the cliffs, as if warning him to turn back, but he didn't.
Gonna start concentrating and digging in, but before we do that, look at it. Look at it down the valley. Oh hell, cat bells there. That's stunning. The whole lot, look at it. Right, concentrate now. Let's go straight up here. A little bit polished. So we've got a bit of a decision point here. We can go around the edge here, look around to the left, and then up the back of this crag here, or we can just tackle it straight on. So we're going to go straight on. It looks pretty steep actually. Well, we'll go and have a look. So actually, yeah, as you get a bit closer, you can kind of see that you can just pick your way up anywhere, look, any which way you fancy. So let's try this way first. It is kind of polished, look, see that there? Quite a bit. But we'll go up this central bit here, and then that's pretty much it done, I think. Oh, I need two hands. Oh, I've got my foot stuck. Yeah, it was okay. It's a bit tricky with one hand and try to film and point it the right way. But if you do come here, to be mindful, it is polished. It'll be different in the wet as well, and I reckon in the winter, if it ices up, that'll probably stay iced for quite a long time, you know. Even when other places have thawed, I bet it's covered in thick ice. So that's two done, one more to do here, and then it's pretty much straight up, I think. Straight, you know, kind of plain sailing. Get my breath back first. Oh, this looks very straightforward actually. It looks pretty tricky from below because you can't see this shelf, but it's alright.
Standing there surrounded by nothing but clouds and the raw pulse of nature, it was both terrifying and beautiful. Would you ever dare to climb this high just to experience that feeling? The edge of fear meeting the edge of freedom? Or would you stay safe below, watching from afar? Sometimes the best views come with the greatest risks. The fear doesn't stop here. It only grows. This eerie video was shared by a Reddit user, and it captures something truly unsettling deep in the woods. While hiking through the forest during a storm, he noticed the trees swaying violently, almost as if they were alive, fighting against the wind. One by one, the branches began to snap, and the trees groaned like they were about to collapse. The storm raged harder, but instead of running, he stood still, recording as nature unleashed its fury. The sight was both mesmerizing and terrifying. Imagine being alone in the forest, the wind howling, the trees bending to the point of breaking. Would you keep filming, or turn back before something falls your way? Sometimes, the forest doesn't need creatures or ghosts to be terrifying. Nature itself can remind us just how small we really are. What would you do in that moment? What comes next might be the most chilling part of all. This incredible video posted by YouTuber Josh the Intern might just be one of his most mysterious adventures yet. He discovered an 800-year-old document that described a hidden medieval prison, buried deep in the mountains, a place few have ever seen. Using only Google Maps and his courage, he set off on a long, exhausting hike. After hours of climbing through rugged terrain, he finally stumbled upon something chilling, an ancient stone tower, standing silent in the middle of nowhere. Inside, he found a dark cave, a prison carved into the heart of the mountain.
So I'm just by
the structure I could see on Google Earth. And here is the cave we need to try and find a way into. And from here you can almost see that is bricks piled up. That is not naturally done. We'll go explore the structure beside it because it must be related. And hopefully we can find an entrance leading into that cave somewhere around it. Big, big brick walls. Question is, what is this structure? Is there any way inside? Oh, yes there is. Here we go. That is an entrance into the cave. That structure that we saw over there, this building that I'm in now, obviously housed the entrance inside, which confirms for us that this must be the prison. This must have been a guard post. I have never seen anything like this before. Look at this. I mean, it's exactly how it's described in the historical documents. We have found it. Whew, let's go inside and explore. You got a little structure here too. Maybe this is where the bed was. This was really built to be hidden. Here you can actually see a carved actual place here. Maybe they would have put candles to light it at night.
But why would anyone build a prison here? Isolated, unreachable, with no escape and no roads leading in or out. Who were the people once trapped here? Would you dare to hike into the unknown, chasing a mystery that's been buried for centuries? Some secrets were never meant to be found. This fascinating video was shared by Archaeolog, a YouTuber known for uncovering hidden treasures lost to time. While treasure hunting deep in the forest, his metal detector suddenly gave a strange signal. Something big was buried beneath the ground. Curious, he began to dig, and what he found left him completely stunned. Hidden beneath layers of dirt was an ancient box, weathered by time. When he opened it, the contents glittered. Coins, jewelry, and priceless relics, treasures that looked like they had been buried for centuries. But here's the mystery. Why would someone hide something so valuable in a place like this? Was it meant to be protected, or was it never meant to be found? If you were the one who uncovered this treasure, what would you do next? Keep it, report it, or dig deeper to uncover the full story? Every treasure tells a secret. This chilling photo was shared by a Reddit user who was hiking deep in the woods when he stumbled upon this. A doll's head, mounted on a stick, standing alone in the middle of the forest. He snapped a quick picture and turned back immediately. But the real question is, who put it there? Was it meant to scare people away, or is it a warning sign left by someone who didn't want to be found? The woods were completely silent, no one around, just this creepy figure staring back. If you came across something like this while hiking, would curiosity make you go closer, or would instinct tell you to run before things get really strange? Sometimes the scariest things in the forest aren't animals, they're the things left behind by humans. What do you think this could mean? Jose Flores Terror on YouTube, whose channel is known for venturing into the darkest forests in search of terrifying paranormal activity, shared this scary encounter. He enters one of the most haunted forests in the region, a place where people vanish without a trace. Locals warn of ghostly cries and children's voices that lure travelers deeper, and they never return. After hiking deep in the forest, everywhere was dark, and he was just alone with his flashlight and camera when he began to hear footsteps behind him, as if something was following him.
Es un poquito más como que los árboles entrelazados, un poquito diferente. Ok, se acaban de escuchar pasos atrás de mí. Ay, como si viniera algo atrás de mí porque se siente como una presencia atrás. Hoy.
After hearing so much about the forest, what will you do in that situation? Will you go back before it gets darker? But he didn't go back. After some while, he started hearing some voices whisper in the distance like someone crying. But there's no one around the forest.
Se están escuchando voces. Hoy. Hoy. Se están escuchando estas voces que parece ser como que vienen hacia acá o están a lo lejos, pero lo extraño es que no puede haber personas acá, no hay personas acá, estoy completamente seguro, o sea, personas físicas no son. Hoy, otra vez.
This peaceful hike into the forest was one to forget for him. Would you dare stay in this forest, knowing every voice could belong to the dead? The last clip was chilling, but this next one feels like pure nightmare fuel. This encounter is shared by Danny Adventure 88 on YouTube, a channel known for daring solo explorations and terrifying encounters deep in haunted forests. He went camping deep in central Java's infamous Alas Kunci, where tragedy struck. It is said that a young boy ended his life there just a week ago. The locals talked about Dutch women tortured in these woods, their bodies discarded without graves, and their restless spirits still wandering around the forest. With all this dark history, will you dare camp overnight there? While still being courageous and enjoying his camp without fear, suddenly, he started hearing knocking sounds echoing through the trees. No wind, no movement, just a sound of something he didn't know about. Yet the forest feels alive and heavy.
Walaupun mencoba menghiraukan, tapi tetap rasanya tuh aku kepo ke sana itu.
What he's experiencing is definitely not what he had planned when he came. What do you think these wandering spirits of the forest are, or something far darker stalking me tonight? Things only grow darker from here. Brace yourself for what comes next. Jupri Karim's a YouTuber, and he is known for testing his courage by camping in the most haunted, dangerous places at night. He went camping just as he had always camped around many dangerous forests, but this time around, it was terrifying. At first, everything seemed calm, until he began hearing strange movements around the camp. Footsteps, whispers, something circling the tent. Then it appeared. He saw a figure lurking behind the trees, watching him in silence. The moment his flashlight touches it, it disappears seconds later.
Gak tahu teman-teman. Astagfirullahaladzim. Ya teman-teman itu. Kelihatan nggak di balik kayu itu? Astagfirullahaladzim, ya Allah. La hawla wa la quwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. La hawla wa la quwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. La hawla wa la quwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. Asal kena lampu senter, dia menghilang, teman-teman.
What was that? Is that a ghost watching him? Or some far more mysterious? After seeing this, will you dare camp in this cursed place knowing the darkness itself is alive? But things don't calm down for long. The next story proves that shows that. We got this story from Cuba Mystery on YouTube. He is popular for venturing into haunted places and capturing chilling encounters on camera. This time, Cuba set up camp in a cursed bamboo forest, a place where a man once died tragically after being impaled by a falling branch of a bamboo tree. Locals say his spirits still linger here. Will you dare camp in a place where you don't know what to expect? While eating, he was violently interrupted. Unseen forces attacked, shaking the bamboo and rattling his nerves. He heard the bamboo shaking but could not see anything.
Allahu Akbar. Ini sangat coba penasaran juga sih teman-teman. Ini malah kita kayak seperti diganggu. Tapi nggak tahu juga siapa itu. Apa kita lagi makan? Mereka datang ke sini teman-teman.
Are they trying to scare him away from the forest? Or who or what is disturbing shaking the bamboo? Would you dare camp here alone? Let me know what you guys think. From one frightening moment to the next, this story might be the scariest yet. Got this story from Franco TV on YouTube. He's known for venturing into the world's most haunted places, often alone, and capturing what others are too afraid to witness. This time, he went into a pet cemetery. It was previously a baby cemetery, but later changed to a pet cemetery. As he entered the cemetery, he heard these unexplained bangs and even a rope swinging from a tree. Was this really just a pet cemetery, or something far more sinister? After walking deep into the cemetery, he saw eyes staring at him deep in the trees, but couldn't see them again, so he turned on his thermal so he could check what might be lurking around him. Then he caught a dark figure waving from deep within the trees, human-like.
Here alone, I'm already hearing sounds of banging of metal clanking on something, but further from
in front of me. Wish me luck. I'm excited, scared, nervous. I'm missing home right now. But that being said, let's get into the video. So right now I'm at the cemetery, right in front of me. And with the night vision, look up there. You see that blinking light? This is why cell phones give away your position. But that blinking light is 100% somebody's phone. I thought I saw something else move. That was me, this light here. I hope nobody comes here to do something else. The last time that I was here, I was able to see something on the thermal imaging camera peeking out at me from one of the trees in the darkness. I don't know what the hell that was, whether if that was an animal or a person, but not so long after that, I was able to see what looked like a silhouette of a person walking, only because of the light behind the area. And when I shined the flashlight, nothing was evident. But I want to do another walkthrough of this place. Now, this place is gigantic. Listen. The fuck was that? I just heard something up here. Jesus Christ. I'm already regretting my decision. Is that a rope?
What do you think is waving at him at the cemetery? Is it a ghost or a spirit that has been wandering around the cemetery? Would you dare to spend the night here? From one frightening moment to the next, this story might be the scariest yet. A YouTuber, Skara, who is known for exploring haunted forests across Kalimantan, where storms and myths collide with the unknown, shared this on his channel. He went deep in the jungle and he saw something quite unusual, a house standing alone in the wilderness, where trees and bushes surround everywhere. Who built a home here, in the middle of nowhere? What is the house meant for, because normal people are not meant to live there alone in the forest?
Rumah atau apa ya di bagian kanan gua? Gua trekking di gak tahu men, ini ada orang sini sini gua nge-trekking hutan belantara di sini men, gak ada tempat terbuka loh. Gak ada tempat terbuka loh. Gua buka satelit beberapa kali di sini, gak ada tempat terbuka seluas ini men di sini.
Then he started smelling cooked food drifting from the trees. Where was it coming from? Suddenly he saw an old woman. She's asking for water. She had human-like feet, yet her presence screamed not human. After he gave her water, she headed back into the forest. Who was she, and what was she doing in the forest at night?
Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah.
Cuk, minta banyu nenek cuk.
Ada nek. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Tunggu nek. Permisi nek. Bentar nek. Bentar nek. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Nek, lun permisi nek. Permisi nek. Maaf apa yang di sini nek? Ngapain di sini nek? Ulun permisi nek. Pian manusia kah lain kan nek? Ulun permisi nek.
Would you dare keep going deeper after encountering something of such? From eerie to bone-chilling, this next clip drags us even deeper into fear. We got this story from Wandi Sumatra on YouTube, a channel known for venturing deep into haunted forests and capturing encounters that most people would never dare to face. He set up camp far inside the forest, cooked, ate, and finally drifted off to sleep. But sometime after midnight, it began. A strange voice, not human, not an animal, just this eerie, otherworldly sound circling his tent. What kind of creature makes a noise like that in the dead of night? Terrified, he forced himself awake and stepped outside, scanning the darkness. That's when he saw it, a ghostly figure, pale and still, staring straight at him, its body unmoving, its eyes fixed.
Astaghfirullah. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah.
What was this thing? A restless spirit of the forest? A demon in disguise? Or something older watching from the shadows? If it were you, would you investigate? Or run for your life? If your skin wasn't crawling already, it definitely will after this. Urban Ghosts on YouTube, his channel, is known for exploring some of the most terrifying haunted places in America. And in this video, things in the Devil's Forest took a chilling turn. He hiked deep into the woods alone at night. Suddenly, his spirit talker app whispered, "There's a priest." What does that mean? A priest? Out here, in the middle of nowhere? Is it trying to warn him not to go further, that there is danger at the front?
Hello? Hello?
Others are scared.
Others are scared? Well, don't be scared. I swear I heard somebody running. Or something.
There's a priest.
Where?
And just when it seemed the forest had gone quiet, he heard a voice around him that came from behind, so close it made his blood run cold, alone in the woods with just his touch and spirit talker app, using it to communicate through his phone.
As much as I've been in the woods, I still can't ever remember what the heck poison ivy looks like. I always gotta Google it. Heck, I grew up in the woods. I heard something over here. Are you over there? Whoa!
You are authentic.
Well, I appreciate that. I swear, something. As soon as I turned this way, I heard a voice right behind me, right over here.
Was he really alone in the forest? Would you dare to stand in the Devil's Forest after dark? A terrifying video was shared by Aventuras y Jose, a YouTuber known for hiking deep into the desert and uncovering the strange and unexplainable. He set out hiking in the desert, and at first, everything seemed calm and peaceful. But then, things took a terrifying turn. Out of nowhere, he first heard a whistle, then something was suddenly thrown at him, yet no one was in sight. His heart raced as he noticed movement in the trees, like someone or something was trying to hide and watch him from the shadows.
Y me voy a ir para el otro lado allá porque yo escuché ruido. Estos son cazadores, mi gente. Aquí voy a estar un ratito, pilo pam, pero no sé ni por dónde darle, pero viera qué asustón. Esto. Por allá, por allá. Mire, mire. Me voy a salir de aquí. Por allá. Yo lo alcancé a agarrar. Yo escuché ruido, pero no alcancé. No sé si lo van a alcanzar a ver. Yo creo que lo alcancé a agarrar con la cámara. Me voy a regresar de aquí, mi gente. Me voy a ir de aquí. De primero me tiraron a este lado, mano izquierda.
Moments later, he stumbled upon a black nylon bag lying in the dirt. At first, he thought it might just be mice inside, but the unsettling feeling told him otherwise.
Mire lo que encontré aquí, mi gente. Han venido a tirar algo. Serán ratones, pero hiede mucho. Vean nomás lo que vienen a tirar en este gran arroyo, en este cañón. ¿Por qué ahora han venido a tirar esto? Pero algo extraño, me salgo de aquí, mi gente, porque la verdad no se sabe qué será. Pero apesta feo. Se me hace que son animales, ratones muertos.
That was enough for him to decide to leave before things got worse. Was someone trying to scare him away from the desert? Who was out there, lurking unseen? If it were you, alone in the desert with strange things happening, would you stay and investigate or run before it's too late? One wrong glance, and you'll see what shouldn't be seen. This creepy video was shared by Archaeolog, a channel well known for treasure hunting with metal detectors and uncovering secrets long buried beneath the earth. In this video, they set out on a thrilling treasure hunt with nothing but a metal detector. At first, it was just the excitement of discovery, but soon it turned into something far more mysterious. The detector signaled something unusual, so they grabbed their shovels and started digging. Deeper and deeper they went until finally, they unearthed something beyond imagination. A massive sarcophagus, hidden for who knows how long. What they found inside was unsettling. Why was such a thing buried so deep in the ground? Who put it there? Could it hold priceless treasure, or something far more sinister that was never meant to be found? If you stumbled upon a sarcophagus hidden for centuries, would you dare open it, or leave it buried forever? From whispers to screams, this is the moment you'll never forget. Red Walks into the Forest shared this video on YouTube, a channel well known for venturing deep into the forest and uncovering unsettling, mysterious things. He wandered deep into the forest, expecting nothing more than a quiet adventure. But what he stumbled upon was far from ordinary. Perched high in a tree was a creepy, unsettling creature. Its skin was pitch black, its rough hair tangled like shadows, and though it resembled a human, its movements were anything but. Slow, twisted, unnatural.
เดี๋ยวมันทำอะไรของมันเดี๋ยวตัวพวกนี้มันปีนห้างได้ด้วยเหรอครับทุกคนไม่ใครรู้นะเนี่ยเฮ้ยมึงทำอะไรวะไอ้เว้นกูถามว่ามึงทำอะไรแม่งชี้หน้าผมทุกคนดูใบหน้าของมันดิสยองเลยนะครับดูหน้าของมันมึงแน่จริงมึงมากูอยากเจอมึงอ่ะถ้าเกิดว่ามึงแน่จริงมึงลงมาโอ้นอนแน่นิ่งเลยทุกคนผมคิดว่าคนที่อยู่บนห้างไม่น่ามีชีวิตอยู่แล้วไอ้ห่านี่มึงหยุดนะเว้ยกูบอกให้มึงหยุดเฮ้ยทุกคนดูสยองเลยนะครับ
Imagine standing there alone in the silence of the forest and seeing something like this staring back at you. Would you dare take a step closer to find out what it really is? Or would you turn and run before it even makes a move? Some things in the wild aren't meant to be discovered, and this might just be one of them. If you're brave enough to keep watching, the worst is yet to come. This video was posted by Mountain West Productions, a channel known for hiking deep into the mountains and uncovering mysterious places most people would never dare to explore. He hiked deep into the mountain when something strange caught his eye. An old hut sitting quietly near what looked like an abandoned mine. Curiosity pulled him closer, and as he stepped inside, he made a chilling discovery. The hut wasn't just a hut, it was hiding a secret tunnel carved beneath the mountain itself. The deeper he went, the darker and colder it became.
Yeah, there's some sort of a structure down here. Oh, wow. That's the mine. That is creepy looking. I don't know if I want to go in this one. How far back does it even go? Can't tell what it just dug into the side of the boulders. What do you smell? Oh, there's a deer leg in here. Kind of fresh. Yeah, something lives in this one. We're not gonna get in a fight with that. Whatever's bringing deer in here. She's hitting on a lot of scents.
The silence was overwhelming, almost as if the mountain was holding its breath. Then the tunnel split into two separate paths, both stretching into pitch-black nothingness. At that moment, fear set in, and he decided to turn back.
Greta doesn't seem to care. Oh yeah. Wow. This keeps going and going. Yeah, you get lost in something like this. That's crazy. Holy cow. Yeah, we'll mark this because I don't know where this is or how to get out. I know this is my tunnel. And I'm not getting lost in mine.
What if he kept going and never found his way back? Who built this tunnel? And what did it mean to hide? Would you dare to keep going deeper into a place like this? Or would you turn back before the mountain swallowed you whole? If you're brave enough to keep watching, the worst is yet to come. This was uploaded on Outer Range on YouTube, a channel known for venturing into forgotten lands, uncovering ruins, and exploring mysteries hidden deep in nature. He was hiking deep into the mountain, then, through the trees, he spotted it. Dark openings carved into the cliffside. A ruin, untouched for centuries. What kind of people lived in such desolation? What drove them to survive here, hidden from the world?
Trying to navigate my way up to this ruin that I saw years ago. Let's see here. See if I can point. If you look just right there at the end of my finger, kind of blocking it right there. If you look right there, you'll see them dark openings. In there is where the ruin is at. So, I am thinking about traversing up this ridge, across here, and staying kind of parallel with it. It looks like something that could be done. Going straight up to it from the bottom, I don't think so. So that's what I'm going to try, so we'll see.
He decides to check it out and explore it, and uncover what might be lurking around the mountain. And then came the moment that left him speechless. Standing before him were not one, but multiple structures stacked into the cliff itself. Grinding stones, pottery shards, and blackened walls revealed he was not just in ruins.
That's what I seen when I was glassing, but on the back side, look here, whole nother structure. Looks fairly, wow, look at that. Oh my goodness. See, it's built in, can't wait to get up there and see this. Okay, I just walked up here. I told you I was gonna let you explore it with me. Don't really have any idea of anything that's going on as of yet. Over here, it looks like there's maybe an old building that has come down, an old dwelling. Here is amazing. Look, this is like a two-story structure that's built into this.
Would you dare step deeper into such silence? knowing every stone might hold the spirit of the past? From the shadows to your screen, this is where fear takes form. State Treasures is a YouTuber whose channel is known for uncovering forgotten ruins, ancient mysteries, and exploring hidden sites most people would never dare to set foot in. Shared this video. While hiking through a canyon, he stumbled across ancient ruins far earlier than expected. Hidden beneath brush and stone, it felt as though the past was trying to push itself back into view. But with every step, the silence grew heavier, as if the canyon itself was holding a secret. He hiked there, and what he saw was a bit shocking. As he moved deeper, a different room constructed with claystone everywhere, fire-blackened walls and pottery shards told a darker story, of lives lived, lost, and perhaps spirits still lingering.
Imagine that, 1,000-year-old charcoal. Also can actually see, I don't know if you can see it, there's some little pottery shards back there. Oh, look at that. Looks like some black on red. Wow. Amazing. You can see the little windows here. Look at these. The window here too.
What were these people protecting? And why does it feel like something still watches over this abandoned village? Would you dare to enter ruins like these, knowing they whisper of a past that refuses to be forgotten? Just when it feels safe, the real horror shows itself. This video was uploaded by Aventuras en las Montañas, a channel known for hiking deep into the forest and uncovering unsettling mysteries hidden in the wild. He hiked deep into the woods, expecting nothing more than the whisper of trees and the crunch of leaves beneath his feet. But then, something unusual caught his eye. A piece of cloth hanging from a tree, not just tossed there by accident. It looked placed, almost as if someone was living out here. Curiosity turned into unease when, just moments later, he noticed movement. Figures walking silently through the thick bushes.
Yaman.
Who were they? Why would anyone choose to stay hidden so deep in the forest? Were they travelers, hermits, or something far more unsettling? Imagine being alone in the woods and realizing you might not actually be alone. Would you keep going deeper to find out who or what they are? Or would you turn back before you learn the truth you were never meant to see? Fear lingers in the silence, waiting for its moment. This video was posted by El Aventurero Robertico, a YouTuber known for diving deep into the forest to hike and uncover the unknown. They set out on a night hike, guided only by flashlights and the sound of their own footsteps. That's when their beams caught something strange, an entrance built right into the mountain. It wasn't just a doorway, it looked like a cage, hidden in the rock, as if someone or something was meant to be locked inside. Curiosity pulled them closer, but as they examined the rusted wood of the frame, movement caught their eye. Coiled tightly in the shadows was a venomous viper, its scales glistening beside the beam, its body tense and ready to strike.
Mira. Bien chiquita. No lo haces tanto que ese no se mira. Mira, ahí va. Mira. Está bien chiquita, ¿no? ¿Cómo va a ser chiquita este año?
Va a haber mucha víbora este año, mucha serpentina.
Ahí va por adentro de la casa.
Sí, se metió hacia adentro, te digo que es peligroso entrar anoche.
Ay, qué resbaloso está aquí.
Y no se mira, está escondido entre las tablas, no vamos a poder entrar.
¿No?
No. No, está peligrosa, se metió entre las tablas para adentro.
Qué chiquita está, ¿verdad? Ni ruido hacen.
Nada.
Nada de ruido.
No se ve ni para dónde se fue.
No, desapareció. Pirata, vente para acá.
Le pegó unos golpecitos a la piedra.
Y de ahí salió, fue buena idea,
salió.
Y yo diciéndote que sí que estaba haciendo todavía.
Lo único que miré nomás fue cuando sacó la cabeza queriendo morder el palo con el que le di.
Now imagine what if they had stepped inside before noticing. What if the viper struck, trapping them in the cage with no way out? Even worse, what if more vipers were slithering unseen in the darkness of that cage? Would you dare explore further, or turn back and leave that sinister entrance behind forever? This chilling encounter was captured by Outdoor Boys, a channel known for their family adventures in the wild, camping, travelling, forging, cooking by the campfire, and exploring the great outdoors. While on a solo night camping trip with his young son, hoping to enjoy some quiet family time under the stars, things suddenly took a chilling turn. What began as a peaceful night quickly turned into a moment of fear and suspense.
Ooh, it's bright. Got the fireplace turned around so I can work on it a bit. You hear that?
Out of nowhere, the sound of wolves growling, or was it laughing, echoed just outside their tent. His son was fast asleep, and he knew one wrong move could change everything. He stayed perfectly still, holding his breath, praying the creatures wouldn't come closer. Just imagine! If his son had woken up and cried at that moment, what would have happened next? Would the wolves have attacked? It was his brave silence that kept them safe that night. Now tell me, if you were camping deep in the forest and heard wolves circling outside your tent, what would you do? Stay silent or run for your life? The deeper the forest, the darker the terror. This eerie video was posted by Felipe Sena, a YouTuber known for exploring some of the most haunted and mysterious places you can imagine. While hiking along a mountain trail, he stumbled upon something unexpected. An abandoned car, rusted, shattered in the brush below the road. It looked like it had crashed years ago, tumbling down the steep slope before coming to a stop below the road. Curious and uneasy, he made his way down to take a closer look. The doors were twisted, the glass shattered, but what truly sent chills down his spine was the silence. No sign of anyone, no trace of what really happened.
Não tem ninguém não. Não tem ninguém aqui, né? Os paralamas. Parece que veio de lá mesmo, não foi? Ó, a árvore quebrada. Acabou caindo aqui, ó. Para-brisa. Não sei se foi o pessoal que roubaram os pneus. Que carro seria esse, hein? Aí, ó. 1.8. 16 válvulas. Rapaz, aqui parece que a pessoa sobreviveu, né? Se o pessoal vier mexer aqui no carro. Rapaz, vocês acham que capotou quantas vezes, ó? Vocês acham que deu perca total? Esse carro vai parar aqui, cara. Tem ninguém não. Isso aqui deve ser da lateral, né? Dali, ó. O banco quebrou.
What do you think went down here? Was it a tragic accident, or something far more mysterious that forced the driver off the edge? Imagine standing there, staring at that wreck, knowing it's been waiting there for years, untouched, forgotten, and full of questions. Because sometimes the mountains don't just hide accidents, they hide stories. What you're about to witness might haunt you long after this ends. This video was posted by Taste of Nature, a YouTube creator well known for venturing deep into the mountains to camp and explore the raw beauty of nature. While hiking through the mountains, she thought it would be a peaceful, refreshing exploration, the kind that clears your mind and fills your soul. But nature had other plans. Out of nowhere, dark clouds rolled in, and within minutes the sky unleashed a heavy downpour. The rain hammered the trail, turning the ground slick and dangerous. Completely alone, drenched and shivering, she desperately searched for shelter until she spotted a rock overhang just big enough to hide beneath. As thunder roared and the rain continued to drop from the sky, she realized how she'd been trapped out there, exposed and helpless. Now imagine being in her place, stranded in the mountains, rain crashing down, the path vanishing. Beneath your feet, how would you feel? Would you try to push forward through the storm, or pray that the mountain gives you a safe place to hide? Sometimes, even a peaceful hike can turn into a fight for survival. One wrong glance, and you'll see what shouldn't be seen. This chilling video was posted by Dave Explores, a YouTuber known for hiking deep into mountains to uncover the hidden truths buried within them. While hiking deep through the mountains and forest, he stumbled upon something that shouldn't have been there. An abandoned house, standing eerily silent in the middle of nowhere. No neighbours, no signs of life for miles. The place looked old, forgotten, its walls cracked, its windows shattered.
Two-story cabins are pretty common in Idaho and Montana because of all the snow. I'd never see these in Nevada or Arizona, but it's really neat out here. Wow, what happened to the floor? Looking through the window, what's crazy is this is one of the least developed valleys in Idaho, which means this view hasn't changed much. There's no way to get to the second story. It would have been bedrooms up there. So it was a bit of a bunkhouse situation, a couple bedrooms up top. And then down below was a kitchen and living area. And right by was a small cabin. Oh, the old bed. That's it for this log cabin though. Everything's been taken out. It's neat. I like the log cabin style. The roof's all falling down now.
But one question lingered. Who would build a house this far from civilization? Was it once someone's secret hideout? Or maybe a place used to hide something that was never meant to be found? The deeper he explored, the stronger the feeling grew that he wasn't supposed to be there. Now imagine standing in front of that lonely house, the forest silent all around, the air heavy and still. Would you dare step inside? Shadows hide secrets, and one is about to be revealed. This mysterious video was uploaded by Jesse's Drone Adventures, a creator known for exploring the mysterious, the abandoned, and the unknown. He discovered something bizarre in the middle of the desert, a strange cluster of objects caught on Google Earth. He decides to check it out, but what he saw, he couldn't believe his eyes. Dozens of old luxury cars, once symbols of wealth and power, now sit abandoned and rusting beneath the scorching desert sun.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally found what we came out here looking for. And look what it is. It is literally a canyon full of old cars. I'm sure by now you're probably asking yourself the same set of questions that I'm asking, with the number one question being, how on Earth, or Mars for that matter, does something like this happen? How do dozens of classic cars like this that were once somebody's pride and joy end up in a wash miles out in the desert? And the crazy part is, once I made it back home and started researching this place, I was surprised by how little information exists. The only results that populated on Google was a picture taken here back around 2010. With little information being available, my mind started to wander, and it eventually led me to the conclusion that maybe I just found Arizona's version of the train station. And if you don't get that reference, I highly suggest that you get a subscription to Paramount Network and watch Yellowstone. I showed some pictures of this place to my friend that doesn't live too far away in Kingman, Arizona, and he said maybe you found a spot where the mafia would dump people's cars after they whacked them for cheating in casinos. Now, if this was near Las Vegas, Reno, or Laughlin, I would say he's onto something, but to my knowledge, there aren't any casinos nearby, and I don't think the closest town is big enough to have a mafia, in my humble opinion. Now, a couple minutes ago, when I chatted it up with the people in the white truck, I did ask them if they knew the backstory as to how all of these cars ended up here. And I'll get back to that in a minute here, but for now, let's hike down in the canyon and see what we can find. Hopefully we don't run into any rattlers. Eek. I have no idea what this one was. Part of me wants to say Oldsmobile, but I really have no clue. If you guys know what make and model this car is, let me know down in the comments section. Getting down there is actually the easy part, but it's the getting back up that becomes a problem. Look at all that metal and steel. As long as these aren't too hot, I think we can kind of play hopscotch on the cars here.
But here's the real mystery. Why are they all dumped here? Who brought them to such a remote place? And what could have happened that made people just leave them behind all at once? Was it part of a secret project, a forgotten scrapyard, or something much darker hidden beneath the sands? Just imagine walking through a desert and stumbling upon this. Rows of high-end cars decaying in silence. What's your theory? Because one thing's for sure, this is not normal. Think you've seen it all? This next moment will change your mind. This chilling video was posted by Wandi Sumatra, a YouTuber well known for his fearless solo camping adventures deep in the forest. While camping deep inside a haunted forest, something truly unsettling happened. As the night grew darker, his camera captured a strange figure, something lurking among the trees just behind his tent, staring. Moments later, a shadowy form appeared, faint but visible, and then vanished into thin air. What was that? A trick of the light, or something watching from the darkness? Could it be one of the spirits haunting this forest, forever wandering between the trees? Just imagine being there, alone, surrounded by the whispers of the woods. Would you dare spend a night in a haunted forest, knowing something might be watching you from the shadows? The deeper we go, the more terrifying it becomes. This creepy video was posted by Jasko, a YouTuber well known for his fearless night camping adventures in haunted forests, places most people wouldn't even dare to walk through during the day. He decided to spend the night camping in his van, right in the middle of a haunted area, a place people warned him never to visit alone. At first, everything seemed peaceful, until the silence was broken by a faint whisper outside his van. Then came footsteps, slow, dragging footsteps circling.
Ghosts, spirits, I want to ask one more time, can you prove to me that you are here right now? There's something walking outside, punching on the leaves. Oh! What the fuck? Hello? Hello? Oh my God. Oh! What the fuck is going on? Who's out here? Can you show yourself, please? Oh, I just heard something over there. I hear an owl. I almost wish I wasn't alone, obviously, but like, hello? Bro, I don't know if that was my eyes playing tricks on me, but it like got significantly darker for like half a second.
Heart pounding, he grabbed his flashlight, trying to see who or what was out there. But the beam revealed nothing, just empty darkness staring back at him. Yet deep down, he could feel it. Something was lurking close, watching, waiting. Imagine being trapped inside your van, alone, miles from civilization, with something unseen stalking around you. Would you step outside to confront it, or stay silent and pray it goes away before the night gets worse? Because in places like this, sometimes what you don't see is far more terrifying than what you do. Just when it feels safe, the real horror shows itself. This mysterious discovery was captured by Outer Range, a YouTuber known for his daring hikes through the deserts and mountains in search of hidden cliff dwellings, mysterious petroglyphs, and long-forgotten ruins. While hiking along a rugged mountain cliff, he stumbled upon something truly outrageous. A cluster of ancient stone houses built right into the side of the mountain. There were rooms, passageways, and walls carefully crafted by hands long forgotten. Yet strangely, no roofs remained. The silence around the place was heavy, almost as if the mountain itself was guarding a secret.
Range explorers. This is one of the greatest dwellings, multifamily dwelling for sure, that I have ever laid eyes on. This rivals Mesa Verde. Just trying to get a feeling of what it would have been like to live in a place like this. Here. Still has corn in there. There's a pocket in the wall. Not sure what that's for.
Who lived here? Why would anyone build their home so far from civilization, high above the world where only the wind whispers through the stones? Imagine standing there, surrounded by centuries-old ruins, feeling the echoes of lives once lived in complete isolation. Was this a hidden village, a sacred place, or perhaps a refuge from something darker? Scary video was posted by Angbona TV, a channel known for personal vlogs, thrilling explorations, and venturing into spooky and mysterious places. While hiking deep through a haunted forest, he suddenly sensed that something wasn't right. At first, it was just a faint movement in the distance, a shadow slipping between the trees. Then came a strange foul smell drifting through the air, unlike anything natural. The deeper he went, the stronger the feeling grew that he wasn't alone. The forest around him fell silent. Not even the wind dared to whisper. His flashlight flickered, and for a brief second, he thought he saw something watching him.
Just want to save my battery. Oh, I smell something. Very, very musty smell. Kind of smells like bum bum. I'm not even kidding. It literally smells like a butthole. Ooh, maybe something pooped. Bigfoot, did you poo? I don't know. Possible. Never know. All right. Oh man. So I've never actually been this far up this way. Whew. It's a bit of a challenge getting up. Whoa, shit. Literally falling over. Damn, so many freaking mosquitoes. It's unbelievable. Something's moving out there. What the hell? I don't see anything though.
There it is again. What is that?
I hear howling as well.
What would you do if you were in his shoes, alone in a forest where every tree feels alive and every sound could be something lurking closer? Would you turn back before things got worse, or stay to uncover what's hiding in the shadows? Sometimes, curiosity can be the most dangerous thing in a haunted place like this. Shadows hide secrets, and one is about to be revealed. This fascinating clip was posted by Outer Range, a YouTuber known for diving deep into the mountains to uncover hidden pieces of history and nature's mysteries. While exploring the desert, he stumbled upon this strange rock, perfectly carved with multiple deep holes. But the real question is, what was it used for? Who do you think carved this?
Rock, especially in this dry climate, it's clear this isn't recent, and that raises some interesting questions. Who do you think carved this? Second question is, could it really date back to the Spanish expeditions of the 1540s, or is this something more recent? Is it even a marker, or is it something else entirely? And finally, has anyone seen anything like this anywhere else? If you have, or have an answer to any of these questions, let me know what you think in the comments, because this one has me thinking.
Could it really date back to the Spanish expeditions of the 1540s? Or is it something more recent? Was it a marker, a ritual object, or perhaps something entirely unknown? And here's the mystery. Has anyone ever seen something like this before? If you have any clue or theory, drop it in the comments, because this one truly has us questioning history itself. The deeper the forest, the darker the terror. This video was posted by State Treasures, a channel well known for discovering, exploring and examining the world's long-lost and ancient treasures hidden across time and forgotten lands. While hiking deep through the mountains, he stumbled upon something truly fascinating. A large, round structure built entirely from clay stone standing quietly in the middle of nowhere. Its tiny window opening peered out like an eye, watching time pass for centuries. But what was it doing here? So far from civilization.
Oh yeah, you can see where a lot of it fell down. Kind of impressive, these little, I don't know if these were just fill gaps or leveling wedges. Try to keep it level as they're going up. Little window there. Let me put this up. What we can see in there. Yeah, you can see how those upper walls there are getting pretty sketchy. You can see the window there, the big stone above the window. Perhaps that was the entrance. They had a ladder up to that at one point. When I see a tower like that, I kind of think this was some sort of guard tower. The mystery continues. I don't see a lot of actual dwellings, though. There was the ones down there, but that's an awful big tower for, you know, such a small, what appears to be a small dwelling. Oh, sure. See some structures down here. You can see here. So they might have had some buildings out below this too. Oh wow, look at that underneath that. I almost missed that. Underneath this is another structure.
Who built this strange dome-shaped shelter and for what purpose? Could it have been a place of refuge, a ritual site, or something much darker that history forgot to mention? It looks ancient. Perhaps built hundreds of years ago, yet still holding its ground against time. Was it meant to remain hidden forever? Or did the mountain itself guard its secret until now? What do you think this mysterious structure once was? And who dared to build it out here, where no one should be? What you're about to witness might haunt you long after this ends. This chilling video was posted by We Do It Outdoors, a YouTube channel that encourages people to step away from screens and dive into real outdoor adventures, exploring nature, creating memories and having fun with family and friends. But sometimes, nature has other plans, and an adventure can turn into something truly terrifying. While hiking deep in the forest, he suddenly froze, because out of nowhere a low eerie growl echoed through the trees. It wasn't just once, it came again, louder this time, but from a different direction. The forest fell silent after that, as if holding its breath. His heart started to race.
Been sitting down here at Salt Fork for about a half hour now on my spot. I've definitely been hearing some growling and some wood knocks. I hope you guys can hear that. It's pretty close. It's down in there somewhere. Everything got real quiet for about a half hour. There was nothing. So I started walking a little bit and it just, right now, just sounded like something's ripping each other apart. I've got goosebumps like you would not believe. I don't know which way I should go. Listen.
What could be making that sound? Was it an animal? Or something else entirely? Something unseen but watching? Alone, miles away from civilization, he didn't know where to run. The sound surrounded him. Imagine being there, the night closing in, hearing a growl in the dark with no idea what's lurking behind the trees. What would you do? Stand still and listen? Or run before whatever's making that sound finds you first? The line between reality and nightmare blurs right here. This terrifying encounter was shared by Jasko, a creator well known for his night explorations and camping adventures in haunted places. While camping deep in the forest at night, everything seemed peaceful until suddenly, something hit his tent out of nowhere. The sound was loud, like someone had thrown something straight at him. His heart pounded as he stepped outside to check what was going on, but there was nothing there. No movement, no footprints, just silence. Trying to calm himself, he told his mind it was probably the wind, but deep down, it didn't feel that way. It felt like someone or something was watching him from the darkness beyond the trees.
Oh, okay. What? Camera's on the floor. What the fuck was that sound? Actually, hold on. I think. Where's my flashlight? Chris! Chris, wake up! Chris! Chris! This guy, dude. I must have fell asleep. Why the fuck? The camera's on a tripod. Like it's a sturdy tripod. 3 legs, a tri. Tri means 3. I'm sorry, I don't know what planet I'm on right now. Chris! Wake the fuck up! Now I'm gonna go check. Fuck.
If this happened to you, what would you do? Would you pack up and leave immediately, running through the dark forest? Or would you stay inside your tent, pretending everything's fine, hoping daylight comes soon? Sometimes it's not the wind, it's something else. The deeper we go, the more terrifying it becomes. This video was posted by Dave Explores, a YouTuber well known for venturing into the most remote and forgotten places, exploring anything and everything hidden deep in the middle of nowhere. While hiking deep into the desert, he stumbled upon something truly unsettling. An old abandoned cabin, standing eerily alone, far away from civilization. The outside looked worn down by time, but the inside, strangely, it was still in good condition, as if someone had just left moments ago.
Another rock wall on this side as well. Possibly another building. Let's go inside. Got a rock floor, and then coming up, great roof that's been replaced recently, maybe within the last 10 years. It's just crazy to see what people leave behind in these volunteer cabins. Water's on this side. Sink right there. Got a window looking out. Then of course the guest logbook. Let's see. Where would the most recent ones be?
Who built this cabin here in the middle of nowhere? And why was it abandoned? Could someone still be living nearby, watching from the desert? Or did something happen that forced whoever lived here to leave in a hurry? Imagine finding a place like this, miles from the nearest town, with no sign of life but the silence of the forest echoing around you. Would you dare step inside? Or would you turn back before discovering something you shouldn't? And here's the real question. Could you live in a place like this, completely isolated, even if someone offered you millions? Every second pulls us deeper into something truly sinister. This eerie video was posted by Felipe Sena, a YouTube creator well known for investigating mysterious and unexplained places, from haunted woods to forgotten ruins where strange things are often discovered. While hiking down a haunted road at night, he stumbled upon something truly terrifying. A pile of animal bones neatly gathered together in one spot. It didn't look random. It looked intentional, like someone or something placed them there for a reason. Was it part of a ritual? Or maybe a warning for anyone who dares to pass through that road? Because who would collect bones like that? And why? In the middle of nowhere?
Para vocês aí que tá assistindo e possa aí me dizer alguma coisa que entenda desses ossos de animal aqui, feito uma fogueira. Vocês acham que é o quê? Uma simpatia? Eu não entendo. Eu também nem concordo nem discordo sobre isso. Só queria só entender o que vocês acham que foi isso. Carcaça de animais, creio que seja animal, aqui com fogueira. Eu creio que seja algum, como é que eu posso dizer? Alguma simpatia. Eu não entendo. Quem puder aí comentar aí o que pode ser isso aqui, eu agradeço para me tentar entender. Como eu trabalho com isso, eu tenho que entender para me repassar para outras pessoas que não entendem. Ah, aqui tem uns cabelos. Cabelo, não sei se é cabelo ou é pelo. Eu não sei o que pode ter acontecido aqui. Eu sei que aqui é uma estrada muito movimentada de dia e à noite fica esse deserto. A mulher que relatou ter visto.
The air grew colder, and the forest around him suddenly felt alive, as if he wasn't supposed to be there. If you were the one hiking that night and saw those bones, what would you do? Would you continue to look for what's behind it? Or turn back before you find something you wish you hadn't? Sometimes, things left behind in the dark aren't meant to be found. The deeper the forest, the darker the terror. This eerie video was posted by Kalong, Camp, Official, a YouTube channel known for venturing deep into the forest and camping at night, where every sound and shadow holds a mystery of its own. While camping deep in the forest under a small wooden bunk, everything seemed calm until something suddenly fell hard on the roof above them. The loud thud echoed through the silent night. They froze in fear, hearts pounding, trying to fight back whatever might be attacking them, but nothing was seen. No animal, no branch, nothing at all.
Kita bisa sampai pagi nih nggak mas? Insya Allah ya? Bisa. Kita coba temen ya, kita sampai pagi ya minimal subuh mas ya.
Wah, astagfirullahaladzim. Bajingan. Wah, itu mas. Wah. Mana? Apa mas? Pocong mas. Endi? Endi mas? Endi? Mana?
What could have made that noise? Was something watching them from the shadows? Or was it something far darker, something unseen? If you were out there, miles away from civilization, and something like that happened to you, would you stay and try to brave the night or grab your things and run before things get worse? Because sometimes the forest keeps secrets you're not meant to uncover. Shadows hide secrets, and one is about to be revealed.